we'll just start because I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix stuff fun. Alright, so welcome back from a very long time to me reading my husband's fan fiction, Mass Effect fan fiction called Biotic Divergence by ReclusiveWriter. So we're going to just get on into it. I was trying to figure out how to do text-to-speech because I took my medicine and I'm feeling it and it makes reading hard. But we're just going to go ahead because I can't fiddle around. So, Chapter 3, Friendly Hostility, in which Miranda and Jack finally get their first squad mate heart-to-hearts with Commander Shepard. Technology is incredible, and yet so strange. Miranda Lawson stood staring out at the red supergiant, the seemingly perennial background behind the elusive man. She didn't know which star it was, or even if it was the same star each time. She'd heard the station relocated each of the rare times any of the elusive man's agents visited him in person. She had been one of those rare individuals. She had last seen it 2 years ago, during the early days of the Lazarus Project. The view had been absolutely stunning in person. She'd been transfixed by it, though she tried her best not to seem overawed. The dark room, flanked on 3 sides by windows, had the strong smell of whiskey and cigarette smoke, with a faint hint of something metallic. Excuse me. All likely originated from the elusive man himself, seated in a solitary chair, a hollow interface before him. Those smells burned the entire experience into her brain, cementing it as something she'd never forget. Through the power of quantum entanglement, Miranda had been back to the room stores of time. Through the power of quantum entanglement, Miranda had been back to that room scores of times since. Through the power of quantum entanglement, Miranda had been back to that room scores of times since it provided progress. Miranda had been back to that room scores of times since to provide progress updates, relay information, or receive new orders. Light years away and able to return. Incredible. And yet, while her eyes were deceived, her other senses were not. The sights of her surroundings changed, but the scent had not. There was no smoke, nor the aroma of alcohol. It was sterile, given the feeling of an expensive-looking facsimile, rather than the real thing. It remained an impressive view, but it wasn't the same. Technology could only go so far. Nonetheless, the elusive man remained seated before her. Her surroundings might not be real, but the conversation she was involved in certainly was. Ugh. In one hand was a datapad, the other a cigarette. His blue eyes were set squarely upon her. Even Miranda, confident as she was, felt a little weak at the knees, especially since he had summoned her, not the other way around. Miranda, I've read your Zorya mission. Miranda, I've read the Zorya. La 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 la. Miranda, I've read the Zorya mission report Edie forwarded, he said. It seems things at the refinery didn't go according to plan. An understatement, to say the least. but in no way was Miranda comfortable in putting it so glibly. No, it didn't. Masani was a loose cannon, but the mission was salvaged, and it appeared his loyalty had been earned thanks to Shepard's efforts. He put the datapad down and took a sip of his drink. It speaks well of Shepard's leadership. It speaks well of Shepard's leadership capabilities. He'll need every bit of them to keep control of such a diverse group of assets. Incredibly, that might be even more of an understatement, Miranda thought, her brow furrowing. And while she had been very impressed by his efforts with Masani, she wasn't sure he could have similar success with others, especially with Subject Zero. Some people are immune to reason. You don't appear convinced, the elusive man said. Realizing the elusive man could see her reactions, Miranda did her best to give away her embarrassment, and resisting a curse under her breath. Technology giveth, technology taketh. She recovered quickly, just skeptical. I have the utmost respect for Shepard's abilities, but it will take something special to bring together a team that includes the likes of Masani, Subject Zero, and the Warlord Okier. If we didn't think he was capable, we wouldn't have brought him back, the elusive man said. Miranda agreed with that, but something felt off. This didn't feel like a debrief. The atmosphere felt far more like an inquisition. My ear is popping. I'm going to take this out. My ear is popping too much. Never one to run, Miranda put it out in the open. Is there something you wish to speak to me about? The elusive man put out his cigarette. Miranda, I'm concerned your issues with Shepard are more personal than professional. I've heard reports you have been outright hostile to the commander. I wouldn't say that, Miranda replied. You don't have to, the elusive man said. Others have. Probably Chambers, that nosy bitch. The truth was, she still didn't trust Shepard's motives. that Shepard's motives aligned with Cerberus. Giving him unchecked authority was a danger, and an impressive job with Masani in some ways only made those fears worse. You are aware of my concerns. Miranda, I appreciate your loyalty, the elusive man said, but as we've discussed, there are safeguards in place should Shepard go rogue. Ow. In the meantime, we should be making every effort to bring him in line with our goals. I don't think I have to remind you what a coup it would be if we turned him to our cause permanently. He's set in his ways, Miranda noted. Even the strong-willed can be influenced under the right circumstances, the elusive man said. Shepard has been dead for 2 years. He never enjoyed the complete support of the Council or the Alliance when he defeated Sovereign, and now that support has nearly evaporated. He's vulnerable, Miranda. We can show him the good he can do with Cerberus. More precisely, you can show him. Me? Miranda asked, pointing to herself. I can't think of anyone more suitable for the role, the elusive man replied. Someone who not only believes in Cerberus's goals, but who proves just how much can be done when given our resources to succeed. Shepard is a leader, Miranda. If you show him Cerberus is the best place for him to lead effectively, he will fall in line. Miranda nodded. Understood. Keep him close, Miranda, the elusive man said. You have authorization to do whatever is necessary to do. What? You have authorization to do whatever is necessary to do so. Yes, sir, Miranda said. Then I look forward to your next brief, the elusive man said. We'll speak soon, Miranda. The walls of the meeting room returned, and Miranda could only frown. Keep him close? That required a friendliness Miranda didn't possess. She kept everyone at a distance. It was instinct. Miranda didn't play nice. There was something else. Her instincts picked up about something oddly suggestive about the order to keep Shepard close, and giving her leave to pursue whatever avenue it took to achieve that. Did he mean something romantic? Miranda was as romantic as she was friendly. Her hookups were casual, with a minimum amount of personal interaction. She didn't want anyone in her life. It was just too complicated. Even Jacob, who understood her life and the requirements forced upon it, was too messy of a romantic relationship to keep. Shepard? He was technically her commanding officer through Cerberus. No. He was technically her commanding officer, though Cerberus didn't have tight regs. It would be awkward and problematic. The elusive man couldn't have meant that way. But regardless, she knew a change in demeanor was required. The elusive man was right about one thing. The best way to prevent Shepard from going rogue was to turn him. And doing that would require more finesse. And yes, friendliness. No organization was perfect, and the Alliance was hardly the bastion of moral purity, as the whole mess following Sovereign and the backsliding on the Reapers showed. Cerberus offered unique opportunities, chances that the very talented could use to achieve great things. She was living proof. Shepard could be the same. How could he not be interested in that? Her plan starting to formulate, Miranda headed back to her office. She had a call to make. I think I'm just going to leave the bloopers in here because I can't. I'm not going to edit too much except add some music. Some music. Did this not change? I don't know. It's in here. I'm leaving it in. I just saw someone walk through the grass, and I was like, ooh. I was like, who is that? I don't know. Oh, excuse me. I can't block Archie. If I've been blocking Archie, sorry. I'm sorry, dear. I love you. Alright, let's see. Despite appearances and protests to the contrary, Jack didn't just operate on impulse. Sure, she went with her gut more often than not. Detailed plans were not her style. One of the luxuries of being a powerful human biotic was how most human facilities weren't exactly well equipped to deal with powers on her level. But little planning wasn't the same as no planning. Jack wasn't about to walk into a dangerous situation blind. She needed to know something about what she was walking into, or who she was walking into with this. No, or who she was walking into this with. She heard enough about Commander Shepard from Garrus. She needed to see what she could find independently and be ready before he came to see her. Did I read that last time? I think I did. It's been so long. I did like your conversation with characters are really good. Before meeting him on Purgatory, Jack knew next to nothing about him. The natural assumption was to think that he was just another Cerberus operative, but that he gave her access to her files over the cheerleader's objections suggested there was more to him than met the eye. The extranet was her first stop. As she laid on her bench, viewing a bio she came across on her Omni tool, it looked to be standard fare, name, rank, family, service, and personal history. First human specter. Jack's eyes widen. She might have spent most of her life outside Council space, but she knew enough to know that basically made Shepard elite special operations, though she never crossed paths with one. Their reputation for skill was known across the galaxy, and at times, destruction. Maybe it was a good thing I didn't fight him on Purgatory. Yeah. I don't know, I think she would, she destroyed a spaceship. Like a whole space station. But he died before, so he got better. There was a bit about fighting the Geth, but she glossed past. Bird Boy already mentioned that. Then she got to personal history. Was a space kid, grew up on ships, never had a planet to call his own. Jack could understand that. She'd never been willing or able to stay in one place too long. Father dead, mother still in the Alliance, joined Alliance when 18, exemplary service record. Jack shook her head. Fucking Boy Scout. She continued down the meat of his bio, seeing he was the only survivor of a Thresher Maw attack on Akuz. Bullshit. No one could survive a Thresher Maw on foot. Then she read it again. A nest of Thresher Maws. A nest. Bullshit, right? Her thoughts are very Jack. He saved the colony of Eden Prime from Geth attack and did the same for the colony on Pharos. He'd also stopped a Batarian terrorist attack on Terra Nova, preventing them from sending an asteroid onto the planet. Oh, into the planet. And, of course, the aforementioned Battle of the Citadel. The aforementioned Battle of the Citadel, where he controversially sacrificed human lives to save the Council, earning humanity's place in it. Yep. Total Boy Scout. What the fuck is he doing with Cerberus? She continued to scan the entry. Presumed killed in a Geth attack on the Normandy a few months after the Battle of the Citadel. Jack did a double take. I'm following a fucking ghost? Though the next sentence sort of clarified that. Found to be alive after 2 years. She put down the datapad and sat in silence. A former Spectre, who might have survived a nest of Thresher Maws, was a hero of Council space and was MIA for 2 years. What the hell did I get myself into? And yet, Jack found the whole thing intriguing. If even half of this bio was real, Shepard had seen some shit, and it was mostly true. Jack squeezed her legs together. Ew. Of course. Jack squeezed her legs together. Fuck, the asshole's bio is making me hot. It had been a long time since Jack had gotten laid. There weren't any conjugal visits in Purgatory. Not that she had anyone who would pay her a visit. Nothing she'd gotten there was consensual. Most people would have been scared by that, and she wasn't an exception. But she'd long accepted that her wires were messed. sometimes she needed release. Sex was just a means to that end. However, that wasn't a possibility here. While she didn't need a connection to sleep with someone, there was no way she was going to risk fucking a Cerberus crew member. Besides, Shepard is probably fucking Chambers anyway. She thought about trying to pleasure herself. The use of her biotics wasn't a replacement, but in a pinch, the sound of boots on fingers. You don't need biotics for that. The sound of boots on the metal stairs stopped her. If it was Chambers again, Jack might not be able to pass up the chance to get into her pants for real this time. Though the footsteps were lighter and swifter. The cheerleader? Now that would be shit. It wasn't the cheerleader, nor was it Chambers. To Jack's surprise, it was Shepard, who apparently wasn't one to make a ton of noise when he walked. A surprise given he was the military type. Then again, maybe he was more of a recon infiltration type. Get in quickly, silently, then strike hard and fast. Fuck, Jack thought. Shut the hell up, brain. Honestly, when I read that it was very light footsteps, lighter and swifter, I was thinking ballerina. So I just imagined Shepard. Cute. Shepard and Garrus doing Swan Lake. Funny. Ah, the Krogans would look great in tutus. Krogan ballet. I want to see that. I have to draw that. Krogan ballet. She quickly sat up on her bench, and he came into view. Unlike Chambers or any other human crew member, he wasn't wearing clothing with the Cerberus insignia. Instead, he wore a black zip-up jacket with an N7 logo on it. Jack had no idea what this was about, though she remembered seeing it on his armor as well. Not wearing Cerberus colors. Well-built. Dangerous. Yep, definitely fuckable, she thought. But she also wasn't about to give it away for free. So a simple, hey, was all she gave Shepard as he arrived. We haven't talked, Shepard said. Checking in to see how you're doing. Why? Worried I might bail the first chance I get? Jack asked him. A lot of people would, Shepard said. This isn't going to be an easy mission. You were straight with me and gave me the files, Jack told him. So I'll do your mission. Once that's done, I'm out of here. I can live with that, Shepard said. Are those files helping? I'm still going through them, Jack said. Thanks for the access. I thought you might try to stiff me. Then things would have gotten difficult. That's not how I operate, Shepard replied. If my word is worthless, then my only option is force. That should be my last resort, not my only one. Jack's brow rose. A soldier who doesn't see a gun as his first option? That's weird. But it did lend credence to the idea he was more of a recon type than frontline meathead. Find anything so far? Shepard wondered. Jack snapped back to the conversation. Just reminding me... What? Just reminding me your friends at Cerberus are into some nasty things. They're not my friends, Shepard retorted. You're commanding a Cerberus ship with Cerberus crew, Jack spat. You're either with Cerberus or you're friendly with them. I can see how it might look like that, Shepard said. For now, it's an easy partnership. In case... What? In case, have you found anything yet? In case what? I don't understand that sentence. Not yet, Jack admitted. She stood up and walked over to the wall and leaned up against it. But I know I'll find something I can use. Names, dates, places. What happens when you find what you're looking for? Shepard asked. I go hunting, Jack said. Anyone who's screwed with me pays. Their associates pay. Their friends pay. The galaxy's going to be a lot emptier when I'm done. I won't let you go on a killing spree, Shepard warned. And that'd be the case regardless of whether they're Cerberus or not. Of course not, Boy Scout. I'm here for your mission. After that, what I do is my business. What's your history with Cerberus? Shepard asked. Why do you hate them so much? I feel like he should be. What's your... Not surprised they didn't tell you, Jack said. They raised me in a research facility. I escaped when I was a kid. Been on the run ever since. And they've been chasing me ever since. But soon I'm going to chase them. Jack brandished her predator-heavy pistol. I go to sleep with this. I wake up with it. Everyone I kill, I pretend it's the ones who did this to me. She watched him for a reaction, aside from eyeing her with his arms crossed. See, he didn't seem too pulsed by any of this. Plussed? I think you mean pulsed. Then again, if that bio is accurate, he's seen some shit. It might help if you talked with some of the other crew, Shepard said. They're not all Cerberus, and it certainly couldn't hurt to get out of this pit. I've talked with your sidekick, Garrus, Jack told him. That's enough for now. Besides, down here is dark, quiet, and hard to find. That spells safety to me. My brain tells me that spells is magic, but it means spelling. English is weird. Brain weird. Alright. This is getting stale. She wasn't learning anything about him, nor was she... she wasn't learning anything about him, nor was she seemed to be any closer to getting her needs met. It was time to up the ante. That was a weird sentence. Jumping up onto a table, she eyed Shepard and grinned devilishly. You know, this ship is a powerhouse. You could go pirate. Live like a king. I could help. We have to stop the collector, Shepard replied. I don't have time for piracy. Fucking Boy Scout, Jack thought again. But she wasn't going to give up that easily. When this is done, we'll either be dead or out here in space with this ship. Think about it. Lots of creds, freedom to go wherever you want, and all the mayhem and fighting I could want. I thought you were cutting out when the mission's done, Shepard noted. I'm flexible, Jack said. She tilted her head slightly. If someone gave me a good reason to stick around. What? You want to be my first mate? Shepard asked. Jack grinned. Now he's getting it. She jumped off the table. I'd lead the boarding party and handle the executions. Like I said, I'm flexible. But if she expected Shepard to continue the flirtation, she was disappointed. What is this about killing that fascinates you so much? I figured every time someone dies, and it's not me, my chances of survival go up, Jack replied. Simple enough, right? Life's never that simple, Shepard said. Served me just fine so far, Boy Scout, Jack said, and it's what you need me for. I think it's time we put that to the test, Shepard said. Get ready. I want you on the next mission. If she couldn't fuck, then fighting was the next best thing. What are we hitting? Not sure, Shepard said, but it's a downed ship, and I want a strong team to investigate it. You taking the cheerleader? Jack demanded. Shepard crossed his arms. What if I am? Jack was tempted to lay out a threat, but she suspected Shepard wouldn't stand for it. His bio proved enough incentive to stay off his bad side. Besides, she hadn't given up her hopes of a casual fuck to scratch her itch. Just wanted to know if I should expect a shot in the back, Jack told him. Miranda will follow orders, Shepard assured her. And what are your orders, hotshot? Jack asked him. To be ready in an hour, Shepard said. Meet me at the shuttle. Understood? Yup, Jack replied, and with that, he made his way back up the stairs, leaving Jack alone. If he were interested, he sure didn't show it. Boy Scout. Probably would only fuck one woman at a time anyway. And then again, if he were a Boy Scout, would he be forcing Chambers to sleep with him? Was he actually doing that at all? And why was he with Cerberus? An uneasy partnership. The fuck did that mean? Jack shook her head. She couldn't get deep enough read on him yet, but maybe she'd learn more when they got into action. Regardless, she was intrigued. Enough so, for once, plotting her exit was only in the back of her mind. For now, anyway. Not now. Miranda's eyes were locked on the computer screen, her brow furrowed. Pressure. Oriana. How much more do I have of this? Okay, I think I have to stop here because my head is starting to hurt. Happens. Apt ending here. Look at this. Interesting, intriguing. Archie in the background. I keep blocking him because the camera is not mirrored. So I don't know how to move. He's so cute. Yeah. It was good. I left my commentary while talking. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I look forward to Miranda and Jack interacting. I like it when they interact. All the characters. So, yes. Love you. Bye.